really what I want to do today is I want to give you enough information for you to be able to make an educated decision today. If Remon can help change you and your family's financial future today, you taking up your time and your friend, them taking up their time. Really, when we get through today, just get back to your buddy and let them know if you see it or not, right? If it's a yes, if it's a no. One of the things I'm a big believer in is that a maybe or think about it is just a nice way of saying no. So who is Remon? Well, let me share with you this. Remon is a company right now that's absolutely exploding everywhere around the world. The growth right now that we're seeing is unbelievable, double-digit growth in all marketplaces. And how I found Remon is kind of an interesting story. I got started in this industry about 30 years ago. At that time in my life, I was a high school student, was struggling financially. Was in high school, wasn't really sure what was going to happen for me in my life, was really scared, was really nervous. Um, I was struggling in school. And I really felt like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to be able to graduate high school, and I thought, what's going to happen to me? Where am I going to end up? And good fortune came my way, right? It's kind of interesting how a blessing can happen for you in your life. I got really blessed. I got a phone call from my brother-in-law, and he said, hey, Tim, I met some really wealthy people that are going to mentor us, that can help us become successful. You got to meet these guys. And, I came to an event, met these really wealthy people, and I was blown away. I was like, wow, these people are really wealthy. And remember that night, whenever I met them, they said, hey, we'll show you how to do this. We'll teach you how to become a success. And I thought, wow, you know what? For a 17-year-old kid, that's like a dream come true. And at that point in my life, I'd never been around wealthy people. My dad ran away from home as a little kid, so I never knew my father growing up. My mom had no source of income, so we grew up on government programs. And we moved to California when I was 11 years old, and we just lived in the back of a truck, right? We had a little pickup truck with a camper shell on it. We used to sleep in there. And then, I can remember, when I was a freshman, my mom moved away to about an hour and a half away. So I started sleeping on friends' couches, right? And I'd find a couch to sleep on, and, I'd just crash on a couch. And when I couldn't find a couch, I would climb on top of a schoolhouse and sleep up there. And, I just really thought that, hey, look, you know what? Hopefully something good happens, because if not, I'm going to probably just, be a high school dropout that's going to be doing manual labor for the rest of his life. And when I got introduced to this type of industry and get around wealthy people and find out what it is they knew, I thought, man, you know what? I'm going to learn it all. I'm going to do it all. And, these wealthy people, they taught me the books to read. They taught me the changes to make in my vocabulary, my language. In my first year part-time working with them, was able to make, $147,000, US dollars. And I was like, man, this is amazing. This is remarkable. My life changed so drastically. And, over the course of the next 5 years, I just was working with these guys. And then I saw my income grow over the 5-year period to start making, a 6-figure a month income. And I thought, what an amazing experience, to be able to be mentored, such a blessing to be able to have people that would, share with me what it is that they knew to become successful. And we built in this industry for the last 30 years. And when I found out about skincare, it was about 16 years ago. When I found out about marketing, I never marketed skincare before in my life. And we started a company pretty much out of our garage. My wife was the first employee for the first 8 months, the only employee they had. And my partner, Chris, and I, we started a skincare company. We built it around the world and made an absolute fortune. And about 2 years ago, we ended up selling that business and deciding what we were going to do. And this is how I found Remon. A good friend of mine, a gentleman by the name of Danny Bay, he called me up and he said, hey, Tim, you know what? He said, hey, look, I'm going to be the president of sales for this company called Remon. I said, Remon? I've never heard of Remon. What is Remon? And he told me, he said, Tim, this company is the 23rd biggest company in the direct sales space. And I said, how come I've never heard of them? And he said, well, the reason why is because they're only in South Korea. And I'm like, what? The company's doing that well in South Korea? What is this company? He said, well, let me send you some products, and then, we'll talk from there. So he sent me some products. I tried the products out. And the first day I went to football practice, I coached football here in Southern California. And I went to football practice, and one of my football coaches was like, bro, your skin looks good. And I was like, that's weird, man. Like, why would you say something like that? I was like kind of creeped out a little bit. And I was like, why would he say something like that? Why dudes don't say that to other dudes? Anyways, the dudes I hang out with, right? And then my daughter the next day said, Dad, did you get Botox? And I'm like, why would I do that? And I was really, really, really weirded out. My wife goes, it's got to be because of that stuff that Danny sent you. And I said, there's no way, maybe that a product can work that fast. And she said, I'm telling you, man, I heard that stuff's good. Call him and find out what it's about, right? So I call up Mr. Danny Bay and I said, hey, what's going on, man? This stuff is absolutely out of this world. He said, Tim, nobody knows skincare sells better than you. trust me, man, you gotta find out about this company. I said, well, tell me about it. He said, well, what happened with Remon is Remon got started in 2018. And prior to that, the gentleman that started this company, his name is Chairman On. Chairman On has been a world-class formulator in the Korean beauty space for the last 20 years. He's made some of the biggest brands in Korean beauty, and he's known in Korea as the number one product formulator. And he owns a company called Ask Labs, ASK. And what they do is they formulate Korean beauty products. Well, what happened in a few years before Riemann got started is he went home one night and he kissed his daughter goodnight. She was already sleeping, but he just gave her a kiss on the cheeks and he looked at her skin and thought, man, you know what? How could I create a product that would give people that youthful glow that you have when you're a kid? And he went to bed and he woke up the next morning and he thought, you know what? I think it's in that centella leaf. See, Centella asiatica is a plant in Asia that's known for its healing properties, right? In America, we have a product called Neosporin. So when you get hurt, they'll put Neosporin. We put Neosporin on our pets. In Korea they have something called Matakaso. Matakaso, this is like the Korean Neosporin, right? And it's made from centella leaf, right? And centella leaf is a plant that's been known to be able to be a healing plant, right? It's got so many medical papers that have been written on its healing properties. So what happened was he said, I think it's in this plant. So he got a bunch of centella leaf and he brought it to a smart farm and he started researching it. He started studying this plant. And around the same time that he was studying this plant, they discovered there was water inside Jeju. On Jeju Island, there's a volcano called the Halasan volcano. In this volcano, they found water that had been trapped inside this volcano for 400,000 years. And when they found this water, they decided the United Nations stepped in and made it a UNESCO heritage site to protect this water so no one could have access to it. And the Korean government gave out a handful of contracts to research this water. And Chairman On was able to get the contract for beauty products, right? For skincare and for beauty products. And he was the only person awarded a contract for that type of purpose, right? For skincare. And they gave out like a handful of government contracts and he got the one for skincare. And so he started to take this water and he thought, what would happen if I sprayed this water on this plant? And he started to spray the centella leaf with this water from the lava water, the lava energy water, and the plant grew from the size of a quarter to the size of a hand. And when this plant grew, he was able to get a patent on this plant. So he patented this new strain of plant. And he started to formulate this Inselderm product. And he used the centella leaf that was the giant new centella leaf that nobody has access to. And he used the water inside of Jeju lava, the energy water, the Jeju lava energy water. He used that as the water inside the product. And he put together this Inselderm line. And when he started using this product, they started to kind of test it out. People were getting incredible results. And during that time, he thought, what would happen if we took this product and we microfluidized it? See, microfluidization, many of you probably are aware, but microfluidization it's something that is used only for medical purposes. So when you look at like creams that are like that you're trying to pass the blood-brain barrier and pass the epidermis and get to the dermis, you use that type of medical procedure, right? That medical way of creating plants or a medical way of creating a product. So what happened was the microfluidization process has been used like in testosterone cream or estrogen cream or cortisone cream or lidocaine cream, any type of medical, sometimes medical, it'll be a medical procedure used of way of putting together a type of a medical cream. And he thought, what would happen if we microfluidized our formula? And no one had ever done that at this point, right? No one has ever microfluidized a skincare product. And what happens when you microfluidize a product, it becomes 350 times smaller than a hair follicle. So it can penetrate past the epidermis to the dermis. So people always talk about how clean our products are, right? We're the number one cleanest product in K-beauty by the KFDA, the Korean Food and Drug Administration. They say that we're the number one cleanest product. And the reason being is because when you microfluidize a product, it has to be paraben free and toxin free. It has to not have any chemicals in it, because literally you're going to pass the epidermis and get to the dermis, and it's going to penetrate past your skin, and it's going to heal your skin. So when they started doing the microfluidization process on our products and they started to test it out, people were having incredible results. And with the results that people were having from the product, Chairman On said basically, hey, look, you know what? We can't sell this formula, right? Typically, he would formulate a product and he would sell it off, formulate a product, sell it off. He realized with the quality of this product that if he sold it off to other people, that it would be so high price, it would sit on his shelf basically, and it would be too expensive for that average person. And one of the things that when I started, with Remon, one of the things that that was a challenge for me was the affordability of the product. One of the only drawback about the Remon products is how affordable it is. The reason why the product is so affordable is because of the way that we distribute the product. But the reality is also the reason why we can keep it so affordable is because we grow the hero ingredients inside our 150,000 square foot smart farm. See, the company has built, Remon's built, it's called the Remon campus. And the Remon campus is on Jeju Island. And on that campus, the Remon campus, on Jeju Island, what they have is something that's interesting. They built a resort, right? They have a resort on this campus on Jeju Island for distributors to get the opportunity to qualify to go out to and spend time there. And it's state of the art. Everything is next level at this Remon campus. So they have the resort that they've built, and they also have 150,000 square foot smart farm they built. And that's where we go seed to bottle, right? I always tell people, you guys have heard farm to table. In America, we use that terminology. We go farm to face, right? We literally create this product and we are able to control everything. It's a fully integrated process, right? Everything is in-house. So we're able to keep the cost of goods very, very minimum. And as a result of that, we're able to create such affordable products that everybody's allowed to get. Typically with skincare, in the last 16 years of me being in skincare, I've sold really high priced items. And a lot of times people want to spend a lot of money on their face. They want to spend $400 or $500 on a bottle of cream. Most people, when you hear of a cream that's, less than $60, people kind of, it can't be that good. So when I started marketing Remon, the challenge that I saw was the fact that it's so affordable. It's an affordable luxury product. And people sometimes question how good it can be because of how affordable it is. But the reason why Chairman On wanted to start his own company, wanted to start Remon to market these products, is to keep it affordable. So people all across the world could get their hands on this product. And whenever they started the Remon, whenever they opened up Remon, the company just grew like wildfire. Never been a company that it grew so fast inside of South Korea. And it just took on a life of its own. It just started growing like wildfire. And they were gearing up to grow internationally in 2019. So they were ready to grow internationally in 2019. And they were really about to make it happen. And in 2020, when the COVID breakout happened, they said, hey, we're not going to grow internationally right now. We're just going to focus in on South Korea. So what happened is COVID lasted a lot longer in South Korea. Okay. It lasted 2 extra years. And finally, in 2023, when they lifted the COVID restrictions, they had called up my good friend, Danny Bay, and they asked him to come on board to be the president of the company to help them grow internationally. By that time, Remon had already done $2.5 billion in sales out of South Korea. Their number one cream, this cream here, this product here, that already sold 40 million bottles of this product in South Korea. It became the number one K-beauty cream in all of the K-beauty industry. The company had such a proven track record. Whenever they came to America and they opened up, everybody got excited about it, right? Everybody said, wait a second, you know what? I want to position myself to become successful. So we just launched in North America, and I came on board about 16 months ago, and I've never been a part of a company that's growing so fast. And the reason why is because of the efficacy of the products. When you have a product that can turn back the time on someone's face, right? I always look at it like a time machine, right? I found a time machine for my face, and this product can literally help you look better in a short period of time. People start using the Remon product and they're blown away by the quality of the product, the efficacy of the product, the packaging. They just can't believe it. They can't believe that the product is so inexpensive, but so effective. When you have an effective product that's inexpensive, that is affordable luxury, people just get excited about it. When you start using a product that you're seeing massive results from, the natural thing to do is to do what? To tell other people about it, right? When you use a product, when I put a product on my face and it knocks 5 years off my face, my natural inclination, right? The natural thing that I want to do is I want to share it with other people. I want to tell my friends, I want to tell my family, hey, look, you know what? You got to use this product, the best product I've ever seen. And as a result of that, this company is growing like wildfire through a dry brush field. Because of all the success that we're having in the United States, they opened up Canada and it started to grow like wildfire in Canada. And then they decided, hey, let's open up Taiwan. Let's open up Hong Kong. Let's open up Malaysia. Let's open up Singapore. Let's open up Mexico. Every country that we go into, guess what happens? It grows like wildfire through a dry brush field. Why does it grow so fast? It's because the product works. Every single person knows people with a face. Everybody knows people with skin. And the people that we know that have skin, do you think they want to look better or worse? Well, the answer is obvious, right? Everybody wants to look better. So when you have a product that can actually help your appearance, today more than ever before has that became so important. It's so important right now. Why? Because we do things like Zoom nowadays, right? When you do a Zoom, what's the difference? Than having a conversation with somebody, let's say at a Starbucks or a meeting inside of a, inside of a building or inside of a home, you're seeing your face. So people are seeing their face more than ever before. When you do a FaceTime call, you see your face too. It's a little bit, usually it's a little bitty box in the corner, but you see your face. And people are seeing their appearance more than ever before. Social media has taken off. Everybody knows that. And in social media, people are posting pictures of themselves like never before. 15 years ago, 16 years ago, when I got in skincare, people weren't taking pictures. Selfies wasn't a thing. You wouldn't take a picture of yourself, right? The cameras on a phone didn't flip around and you could take a picture of yourself. That wasn't what was going on. But now, because of what's happening with social media, because of what's happening right now in the world, everybody right now is trying to look better than they ever have before. And when they can find an affordable product that's going to make them look better, hard for people not to get excited about that. So when people become customers, they fall in love with the product and they naturally want to share it with other people. Now, what happens to people when they find out that they can actually become a distributor with RMN, they can actually become what we call a planner. They can actually do what? They can actually get paid to promote these products. Now, why do people want to get paid right now? Well, the reason why people are so excited to get paid right now is because of what's happening in America today, what's happening around the world today. The economy right now that's going on in America, majority of you probably have felt this. Felt the fact that prices are rising on things, that we're going through. I think it's called inflation, right? I told you guys earlier, I never graduated high school. I got involved in business. So whatever it's called, whenever prices start going up and your income doesn't, whatever that's called, that's what's going on. Okay. People right now are feeling the pinch, right? They go to McDonald's and get a hamburger. It's like $6 for a Big Mac. People are like, what the heck? Did they change the Big Mac formula? Then they take a bite of it and they say, no, same damn formula, but now it costs $6 instead of $2. So the price of everything in America is going up right now. And as a result of that, more than ever before, people in America are looking for ways to offset the cost of living. And what they're looking for is they're looking for a real opportunity. People are looking for a real way to make money. They're not looking for, quick cash, I call it quick cash, quick crash, right? They're not looking for a fly-by-night company. They're not looking for a way to make a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there. They're looking for something where they can build long-term residual income. And when people look at the RMN opportunity, the first thing that they say to themselves is what? This company's legit. This company's real. When they look at the fact that our company is here to stay. I just got a chance to spend. We just opened up an office in Hong Kong, right? And when I went to the grand opening in Hong Kong probably about a week ago, we were blown away by how beautiful this office was. Then we flew over to Malaysia. We have an office there. I was blown away by how beautiful the office in Malaysia was. Went over to Singapore and met with the people in Singapore. And everywhere you go, people are so excited about the RMN opportunity because of the stability and credibility of this company. Okay, we have an office in Irvine that we built. We bought a building that was $14 million building. We bought it cash. We just opened up an office in Mexico City, in Insurgentes, one of the nicest places of Mexico City. So everywhere that RMN goes, we're state of the art. We're the top of the class. And people, when they look at this, they say, wait a second. They go, this is what people tell me all the time. They say, Tim, this is the next legacy company. This company is going to become the next major legacy company in this industry. And people know that if they partner with RMN as a distributor, as a planner, they're going to be able to create a residual income that's going to last 10, 20, 30, 40. That's going to last them forever. So people want to position themselves to be a part of RMN. And when you get started with RMN as a planner, it's usually $20 in the United States to be able to be a planner. Right now, it's free. This month, it's free. Right now, we're in the month of what? We're in the month of May. Today's the last month in May. You want to make sure you secure your position, right? When you get started with RMN, you are now a planner. You have the opportunity to be able to create a residual income promoting these products. And when customers get the product from you, as a result of that, guess what happens? You get to earn a residual income, anywhere between 10 to 50% on that customer. So the higher you go through the RMN compensation plan, guess what happens? The more income that you can generate, okay? They reward you for doing a better job. And you automatically have the opportunity to do what? To be able to rank advance. It's based on performance. I love the fact that Remon gives us the opportunity to be able to rank advance in this program and earn more income for doing the same work that we're already doing. And the better that you do at it, that's what happens. The more money that you make. So we have a training program that will teach you how to become a success in the Remon opportunity. So when you get started with Remon as a planner, when you enroll customers, you get a little link. So basically what happens is you send that link out to people and then they can order the products from you. Or if you're like what I did when I got started, I ordered a lot of the products myself. Now, why did I do that? Because I want to have products on. Number one, I want to be able to create a story for myself. I knew that I had to change my face if I want to change my finances, right? So I started putting the product on my face, created a testimonial, created a story for myself. And we have different packages as a planner that you're allowed to get. So as a planner, you actually can buy products and you can get free products along with those packages. So usually when people become planners, they say, wait a second, I want to get some of the products myself, right? And then we have a smaller package, right? That's around 300 points, right? Probably costs around $330, $340. I'm not sure exactly what the number is. Small product package. That's usually for customers, right? People that just want to try the product out, maybe offer it, maybe not. But then there's also packages for business builders, people like myself, people like you, people that are pretty business savvy that want to make a substantial amount of income, right? And those packages are about 1,000 bonus points or sales points or 1,500 sales points. When I got started, I got 4 of the 1,500 point sales point packages, right? The reason why is because it elevated me to a position called senior manager. And as a senior manager, I can make 30 to 40% on the products that I offer. So what I did was I got 4 of those packages, started as a senior manager, and guess what I did? I invited my friends over to my house. I called my buddies up. I said, hey, I just got my hands on something right now you're going to want to see. When can you come over to my house? I got to show you something. Well, what is it, Tim? That's why we need to get together. I got something that's going to literally blow your socks off. That's what I told him. I said, literally, I go, you're gonna have to get some new socks because this thing's going to knock your socks right off your feet. Okay, staple them on, glue them on. I don't care. You got to have your socks securely on your feet because your feet are literally going to blow the socks right off of them. And they're like, come on, Tim, tell me what it is. Just trust me. Get over to my house. I got today or tomorrow, right? Whatever. And I had my buddy come over to my house, put the product on their face, show them how it works. They said, I want to get started too. And I had extra products. So then what I did is I let them get started, right? They ordered the products and the products they ordered. I told them, hey, look, you know what? When your products come in, give them to me and I'll give you the products up front. These are my buddies. I can trust them. So that's what I did is I started to explode my business fast. I started to share the Remon opportunity with people fast. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because every time that they get customers, guess what happens? When you introduce somebody to the Remon opportunity and they say, look, you know what? I want to be a planner too. I want to earn extra income. They say, hey, you know what? The cost of living is affecting me. They say the cost of living is affecting me. And I want to offset the cost of living. That's what people say. People say, you know what, I want to offset the cost of living. If I could get my mortgage taken care of, my car payment taken care of, or just a few of my bills taken care of, Tim, that would be great. And then they say, wait a second, if I treat this thing seriously, I could get a lot more than that. So people get started. They want to market the Remon products just like I am. And every time that they get a customer, I get paid an override. So you get a commission on what you do. Anything that I sell personally, I get a commission on. And when I build a distribution network, I build a team of people that want to make more money. When they get customers, guess what happens? I get an override on what it is that they do. And I always give the example. Everybody knows 5 or 10 people that want to make more money. I don't think that there's a lot of people out there that are like, man, I don't know 10 people that want to make money. So you introduce this business to people. And let's just say that 3 of them take it really seriously. When they go out and they want to market the Remon products as well. Remon has something called a unilevel compensation plan where you get the opportunity to earn income as you build a distribution. So if you introduce the business to 3 and that replicated out, and you just taught everybody to do what you just did, and let's say it took you a year, 2 years, 3 years, if you do the math on what that looks like, right, and you helped all of those people qualify to be able to take advantage of the unilevel compensation plan, you'd be making around $30,000 a month. So when people run the numbers on what's available here at Remon, they say to themselves, Tim, this is amazing. This is amazing. If I can make an extra $3,000 a month or $30,000 a month or even $300 a month, it's not going to hurt me, right? So people want to get started in Remon right away. And as a result of that, the company's growing like wildfire through a dry brush field. People are using the products, and guess what they want to do? If you have a product that knocks the wrinkles off your face, right? That knocks 5 years off your face, what's the natural thing to do? To tell people about it. So as a result of this, the Remon opportunity is growing like wildfire. Every country we go into, guess what's going on? People have skin in Singapore. I went to Singapore, I noticed that. I go, wow, you know, people have skin here too. Went to Malaysia, couldn't believe it. People had skin there. Hong Kong, people have skin. Every country we go to, the one common thread that runs through everybody in these countries is that people have skin. Mexico, guess what we found out? People have skin. Guess what we found out? In Chicago, people have skin. We found out in Texas, people have skin. Every market that we go to, people have skin. And people in those markets that have skin, they want their skin to look better. Nobody's walking around saying, if I could get some more wrinkles, that would really satisfy me. People aren't thinking, hey, look, you know what? If I could get an acne breakout, man, that would be life changing. People want to look better. And when they use our products and they see the results they get, they naturally want to share this thing with other people. And as a result, you have the opportunity to be able to build a distribution channel as big as you want, to create a residual income as big as you want. So what I want to let you know right now is this window of opportunity right now that's available with Remon, it'll never happen again. Be able to get a chance to be able to get involved in really a movement right now at the beginning. This company is going to become a household name. Might take 2 years, might take 3 years, might take 5 years, but everybody's going to find out about Remon. Just like when you go to South Korea and you say the word incel derm, everybody knows about it. Turn on the TV, there's incel derm commercials, right? They have the number one actor in all of Wonbin, right? Everybody knows Wonbin in Korea, right? Number one actor in the world for Korea. He has commercials on TV promoting Remon. People go, this guy's the best looking guy in Korea, apparently. What does he do to stay sexy? Boom, he uses the incel derm line, right? And there's commercials on TV in Korea. So just realize, you guys, as we take this thing around the world, it's going to become a household name. Okay? And people in Korea, whenever they use the Remon products, you can't buy the Remon product directly from the company. You have to find a distributor, right? And when you find a distributor and they buy from you, they actually have the opportunity to be able to earn reward points, right? That they can use to be able to discount on future purchases. Once they hit a certain threshold of how much they spend, they actually get a 10% discount as what we call a VIP customer. So customers want to build up and they want to become a VIP customer so they can get that discount. When customers start using the products, they think to themselves, hey, I know other people that want to market these products as well. So no matter where we go, people get excited about the fact that the product, and they see the before, they see the afters, and they think to themselves, man, I want to be a part of it. So right now, your friend invited you on. They said, hey, look, you know what? I want you to take a look at this thing. Just found something that's exciting. It's found a way for you to be able to make some serious money, whatever it is. Maybe you already went to what we call these things pop-ups, right? Where we get together, people, living rooms, right? Coffee shops. We get together with people all over America, show them the products, and then they'll ask them once they've seen the products, if they want to make money, we either show them the plans at the pop-up or show them the plans at the pop-up and encourage them to get on a Zoom like this. We have another one going on. We do these Zooms on a consistent basis, and we encourage people to get started as planners. And then we have a training system that will teach them how to go out and promote these products. So what I want to encourage you to do today is to get started. I don't want you to look back with regret and say, you know what, I heard about Remon in the early days. I wasn't sure and I missed out. Okay, we have a proven plan of action that will teach you how to become successful. What I've done is I took notes on everything that my mentor taught me 30 years ago that helped me become successful in a short period of time. And we use those notes and we put together a training system that will teach you how you can win. Teach you how you can become a success. It'll actually teach you how you can make your goals and dreams become a reality. And today is the last day of the month. So what I want to encourage you to do is to get started right now, because you can actually enroll for free with the Remon opportunity. And you can actually get one of our product packages that we have available, right? That are available only for distributors. And you could actually get one of your hands on these products now. And so you want to get back to your buddy that invited you, and they'll walk you through the sign-up process. What they'll do is I'll show you these different packages that are available for you. And when you get started in the Remon opportunity, you're going to find out a lot of people are going to go to work to help you. And the reason being is because we have something called a leadership matching bonus. This leadership matching program actually incentivizes leaders to develop other leaders and help them become successful. And the more money is going to get paid out to your organization for helping other people become successful. We got a compensation plan that's unmatched. It's unmatched in this industry. And it's created so many success stories in such a short period of time. And I can let you know right now, we're just getting started. The town that you live in, nobody knows about Remon, right? There's a handful of people possibly that do, but most people don't. Everywhere you go, nobody's heard of Remon. We haven't even put a dent in the dent yet. We haven't even scratched the surface. But because of you, if you lock arms, you could bring this product to your neighborhood. You could bring this product to your city. You could bring this product to your town, to your state, to your area. And all the customers that become customers, through your team, your distribution network that you created. And every time, guess what? That they buy the product, you can get an override if they get introduced through one of your distributors. So don't let this moment in time slip through your fingertips. Don't let this moment in time pass you by. Get back to your buddy that invited you on. They'll get you enrolled. They'll get you signed up, and we'll walk you through the steps to becoming successful in a short period of time. So I want to encourage you now to get back to your buddy. Let them know if you saw it. Let them know if you're ready to get started. And what we'll do is we'll walk you through the sign-up process. We'll walk you through the startup process, and we'll help you become successful in a short period of time. So that being said, Thank you so much for joining us. God bless each and every one of you guys. Get back to your buddy that invited you on, and they'll help you get started. See you guys at the top.